Hey folks, welcome to the Triple T Thursday. For those just joining us, that's tools, tips, and talk. We'll discuss info for the knife maker. In today's episode, we're going to continue the twist Damascus video from last time, going to forge that out a bit and then show you the pattern, at least the initial pattern. I haven't finished the knife, and you'll see that knife, the knife you're going to see today, in a full build video next month or so. But wanted to bring you guys along to check out the pattern formation and how we made it happen. Hey folks, so here we are, picking up from where we were last week. So we've got this billet, definitely need to do some forging on it. I'm not really happy with the way it looks right now. Definitely have to forge the tip down because we need these to converge here. So we're going to do that. And then it's kind of a goofy shape right now, and I kind of want to preserve the amount of steel that I have. I can't really make it much wider because I don't want to forge this out wider because that'll just press this pattern, and we still need to grind a bit of this off to get to a nice kind of star pattern inside. So we can't thin it out too much. So I think I'm going to maybe straighten this out a little bit. And it'll almost be like a saber, a short saber or something like that, a cutlass more like. So I don't know, I think I'll let it speak to me at the anvil. So let's get into it, get it in the forge, and get forging on it. The first task here is to forge down that tip. You want to try to keep this at a pretty hot temperature. You can separate the layers. In fact, right before this clip, I had actually separated the tip from hitting it a little too cold and had to grind it down. So be careful of that. After forging in the tip, I figured I'd move over to the tang, then I'd know how much blade I'm working with. Now I'm working more on the profile, dropping the tip a little bit, and just working this out. I added a little recurve in a little bit, just to give it a little more flair. Remember, you don't want to cut or grind away any of the profile here. That will affect your pattern, so it's got to be fully forged to shape. I also wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Brian Cohn from B Cohn Knives, who sent this a bunch of this carbon fiber, some different really cool patterns of carbon fiber. So very cool. Love carbon fiber, so I'm anxious to try these out. Thanks, Brian. He sent this for Jared, but if Jared doesn't respond to this video, maybe I'll just keep it. He doesn't watch my videos anyway. Just kidding. So here's the blade after forging. I thought I would get away from the typical buoy, so I went with something a little different, a bit of a drop point with a recurve, kind of slender. Eventually this will have, I think, a really big guard, swooping guard to come down here, so a big S guard. So I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but it's about a 1/4 inch thick, so it's got a little meat to come off it to get down into the twist. So let's just grind the profile and then grind into it and see what we get. So here it is after grinding the profile a little bit. I've also done a test etch. I'll bring this in just a little bit. You can see it's still bars. I'm not really seeing, it's tough for you guys to see this, but I'm not really seeing those stars in it yet, but it's still pretty thick. And I haven't ground the bevels yet. So I've got the center line. Let's go do bevels, and then I think you're going to see what I want you to see. So here's the blade after preheat treat grinding. I took a surface conditioning belt to it just so you guys would see the pattern better when I etch it. So let's go give it a dip in some ferric chloride. So here it is, folks, after the test etch. You can see the pattern change through here. You've got the kind of these little stars that are starting to happen in the center, and then these kind of spirals. So I think it looks really cool. And remember, this is still, pretty thick. It's like a 1/16 at the edge. So this will get better as we grind into it, and we'll start to see more like up here, like here, hopefully down here. So I think it's exactly what I wanted, and I'm really looking forward to finishing this knife out. So hopefully that explained, guys, the importance of grinding into the Turkish twist and how much of a difference that makes. Thanks for joining me on this episode, folks. Next week, we're going to get into feather Damascus. And that one's a bit challenging, but we're going to put our own little spin on it just to do something different. So stay tuned. We'll see you next week.